Midtown Manhattan, god damn it. The busiest place on earth, and somehow my fucking signal died. Jesus Christ. Cricket. What's up, man? I'm not a huge fan of Cricket. I gotta get a new phone. I don't even know if these fucking headphones are working. I don't think that they are. My fucking, like, phone jack is, like, jacked. My phone is all cracked because it's, like, you know, some kind of baked fucking frame or something. The iPhone, whatever I got. I don't even know what it is. SE or something. So it's all cracked. It's hot. The battery dies super fast. This could be interesting. No smoking within 50 feet. We're on the library way here. We're deep in the heart of the, oh God. Yeah, I'm in Midtown Manhattan. You'd think people would be live streaming all over the fucking place over here. But, apparently not. There's a lot of angry looking dudes, though. Oh my God, I was on the train over, and there were these Hasidic guys asking people if they were Jewish, probably to give them mitzvah or whatever, which is fine, whatever. It's part of the fabric of life here. And this woman went off on them. She was like, you killed all these people. She was screaming at them. Genocide, you hide behind your religion, blah, blah, blah. And she was standing right, I mean, it was literally, she was standing right next to me, waiting for the door to open to go out, and she's like screaming at him. So I'm like right there. She's screaming. They're across the train car. Ay, ay, ay. God, it's just a crazy time. I mean, maybe that's just because am I stressed because I watch TikTok? Or do I watch TikTok to gain understanding amongst the stress? You know, it's just like, is the world actually that insane? Or does TikTok, it's like watching the local news of like everywhere. It's just like, here's the bad news. Here's all the like think pieces about how society's crumbling. Here's what, you know, it's just like, I mean, to be honest, and I hate to, I'm going to mostly talk about my recent your, as a content creator, you want your followers to be intertwined around your day. So it's like, you know, they just want to be around you. I don't know. To be honest, live streaming is sort of like a personal friendship or something. It's like having, you know, coffee with somebody, except it's kind of a one-way conversation maybe a lot of the time, which some people maybe like. I mean, some people maybe like just kind of being able to sit there and kind of, but I don't know. Entertainment is becoming more and more like companionship. And, you know, there are some things, like maybe TV is like that. Like I was thinking, you know, Johnny Carson, he's like fucking, trying to see if people are looking at me like I'm nuts or what as I'm walking around doing this. Oh, I gotta stay away from the library. You know, that was kind of his relationship to people. You know, it's like he was there every day when they were going to bed. So that was like part of their ritual. You know, that's not necessarily anything new. That's like hangout, you know, like hangout movies and stuff. Certain movies, you just like the characters. You kind of wish you knew them as people. You watch the movie just to kind of watch their behavior, their charisma, to be in their presence, I guess, almost like they're friends or something. Virtual friendship. But I don't know. I also do think the internet is a place we really can micro-communicate and paying off each other and kind of calibrate the human race. A lot of what I see on TikTok, I've been radicalized. I've been fucking radicalized by TikTok. It's all about fucking wealth, you know, gap. It's too much to bear, right? You look in the comments, everybody commenting on how their rent went up, you know, they've got some 2-bedroom house in fucking rural, America somewhere. They used to pay $625 a month. Now they pay $1,300, $1,800. They can't afford it. That's everywhere. That's the fucking story everywhere. And so we use the internet. We use the internet. We use the internet to confer with each other. Oh, look, it's a 270 MP burger. Oh, why am I getting out light back there? I don't know. I'm getting this kind of casino light, this Martin Scorsese casino. One of the things I will remark about Casino is every scene has this kind of glow that feels kind of religious or something. I don't know if they did that on purpose. I read something where they said they were using some kind of new film stock or something, and so it didn't turn out quite how they wanted it to look or something like that, but it's got an interesting kind of patina. It's almost like halos or something. You gotta deal with that shit. A lot of time the technical difficulty is the fucking cool shit. The glitch. Why are we obsessed with the glitch? The glitch is better. The glitch is like the human part of the machine, where the machine fucks up. I don't know. It's the break in the pattern. It's the break in what's expected, I guess. Everything on the computer is designed to be smooth or something. Except TikTok, which is disruptive. I don't know. Is it just the Chinese government trying to radicalize America and make us into all communists? Why the fuck not? I mean, I wouldn't say it's biased to whatever your fucking bias is, right? Which is kind of it's the Black Mirror. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about some of my recent stand-up comedy. I don't know. Okay, first off, I want to clarify by saying, although I guess I am a comedian, I don't really consider myself what I'm doing like fitting. I'm trying to do talk pieces, really. I'm not really trying to be funny. I don't care about being funny. I think that is stupid. I think that's why we're in this mess. Trump, great stand-up comedian. Not a great leader. Funny guy, very funny guy. There's things that are funny that are not necessarily good. And a lot of the club culture embraces the parts of stand-up comedy that are kind of the mean side of it and the dumb side of it, roasting, making fun of people. Duty jokes, bathroom humor. I don't really play that shit. People like George Carlin. Where's George Carlin? People wonder. I don't know. Now everybody's talking about. Well, okay, so I did. I don't know. I'm an exhibitionist. I'm an attention hound. I need to be on stage. Well, I don't know. These comedy open mics, as we all know, are not a good reflection of whether your material is actually any good, because the people there are not. I don't know. They're a skewed audience, right? They're all other bitter comedians who aren't getting anywhere. It's like a workout room, I guess. That's how these guys look at it after a while, where it's just like you go to work out your material, but costs $5 every fucking time you do it. I don't know. I've been looking at it more as an opportunity. I know that I'm going to clash with the audience that's there when I try to do what I want to do. And that's what's kind of like disappointing about it, or hard about it, I guess. I went into it in kind of a naive way, I think. And to be honest, I don't, now that I've followed comedy a little bit, even on a mass media level, who are the heroes of comedy? Fucking Martin Short, Steve Martin. You know, I watched this documentary about Albert Brooks the other day. It's like, you know, they're all cool people. I love Martin Short, you know, but like, do I really want to be like these people? Not really. You know, I don't know. Like the poetry thing obviously is, to me, I don't know. It's like a deeper comedy. It's like a deeper form of stand-up comedy. You know, I was trying to, you know, part of it is I'm trying to... Come on, baby. Come on, you bastard. Come on. Is it? There it goes. Okay. God, I guess this is one reason why people aren't live streaming all over Midtown, because it's giving me trouble here. Oh well, it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting struggle. It puts conflict into the narrative for the viewer. They love that. It raises the stakes dramatically. I think it's all an op. It's all been an op. They've wanted us to suffer. You know, the capitalists have decided they need these conflict-driven stories. They need stand-up comedians that are mean-spirited, who roast everybody, because they want a mean culture of meatheads who are like weaponized and like making fun of each other and divided and mean-spirited and not smart. You know, I'm interested in the comedy clubs, basically. Like I said, there's a lot about comedy culture that I don't like, and I feel like I've been sort of trying to fit in. It's been a fantasy, you know, that I've been living. Okay, so the fucking New York Times, the New Yorker, best movies, best books, best TV, best music, best jokes. I swear to God, the New Yorker magazine, best jokes. I'm behind the paywall, so I couldn't read the article, but, you know, the New York Times regularly writes about stand-up comedy like they should be writing about poetry. The culture should care about fucking poetry like they care about goddamn stand-up comedy, and I think that is a psyop. You know, I think people do like poetry as much as, you know, based on the empirical evidence that I've seen at my own club or my own show, you know, or whatever in clubs in New York. Audiences like poetry way more than they like fucking comedy. You know, I guess comedy, when it's well done, people really like. You know, there's certain comedians that can kind of make it happen and are smooth about it and, you know, make the audience feel comfortable and this and that. God, why the fuck is Kuzu Daddy calling me? God, why am I getting this fucking haze on my shit? Do I need to go over it? Do I need to wipe it? Look, this is live, everybody. We're reporting live. What do you think of the new glasses? Thumbs up in the comments if you like the new glasses. Ashley, go into all your secret email accounts and like this 12 times so it looks like it's popular. It's all fake. It's all fucking fake, you know? It's all goddamn bought and paid for. As civilization is breaking down, we all know it. The people are not fit to judge. Everybody's been miseducated. Their priorities are all out of whack. There's no humanity. The excitement. We're here live on town. We're Mad Men here on Madison Avenue. One with fucking. So anyway, where was I? This goddamn thing.
Damn, I left myself.
Oh, I saw this app that makes it look like you're live streaming with like 20,000 people watching. So it makes you look like you're famous, so you can go up to people and be like, hey, say hi to my fans, I got 20,000 people watching. Maybe I should just do that instead. It's all the only thing anybody cares about is if it's got clout, if you've been vouched for. Nobody's making their own decision. I don't know. You really got to impress people. The thing is, okay, I've been thinking about this, is like, I think, you know, there's like a sweet spot in the culture where you can be smart and still have a mass appeal. But if you're too smart and you try to do something too sophisticated, you lose people. you lose a mass audience. I think poetry kind of proves that. Or, I don't know, maybe they don't want to market that way, but, you know, I think something like Kubrick, right? It's something that's, like, pretty highbrow that has a mass appeal, but it's like he's still making a movie that people are going to like. You know, it's not like he's trying to, you know, to test the audience's patience or anything, or obscure, I don't know, their enjoyment or something. Like, these filmmakers are still, you know, they're trying to make, you know, a cut of their movie that's tight and delivers on a beat. But, you know, the thing they talk about in comedy, right, is laughs per minute. You want to have, I heard Dane Cook, I saw Dane Cook TikTok the other day, because TikTok knows, it's been reading my mind, and I've had this weird Dane Cook. Dane Cook is an influence, I have to say, on my comedy. Dane Cook's physicality. I remember seeing him on Comedy Central. Not necessarily his douchebag approach to life, but like his energy. He's got great energy. Maybe I'll be the next Matt Rife. They'll be like, this poet's been toiling in obscurity for 20 years, bitching about it on his live stream constantly. And finally, he went viral. How does one go? Well, this is my whole point. I don't think how do you go viral? I've never even been close. Okay, the closest I ever got to viral was that stupid Leonardo DiCaprio video I posted of me doing the, I got 4,000, well, yeah, I got 4,000 views on that. That's the closest I've ever been to viral. My Damon Zex video has got like fucking, I don't even know, 8,000 views or something. I think it's the most views. The single room occupancy video is actually doing quite well. I love it. I think it's good. It's one of my true vlogs. But I think vlogs are actually how cinema should be made. They're as valid a genre as anything. And I think they're beautiful. They're expansive. They're scenic. They're like 70 millimeter CinemaScope, baby. I want you to watch this on your projector. I want you to watch my live streams on your projector, okay? Can you hear me? I don't even know if anybody can hear this. I might just be talking and nobody hears anything. I want you to watch my live streams on your projector. They're 70 millimeter, okay? This is a 70 millimeter road show. They're meant to be visual. I've been thinking about film, I don't know, because I'd like to break through in everything. I'd love it if the New York Times just one day was like, wow, this guy's a fucking genius and everything. He's a fucking genius filmmaker. Writer, these chapbooks he's publishing. Wow, ignited a revolution in publishing in New York City. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just feels like our world is kind of locked up. Like, they know how much that stuff is worth now.
It's only you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not that impressive. I don't know. Maybe I'm just for lonely loners on the internet. But isn't that everybody? I mean, aren't we all just fucking weirdos on the internet? Cyber stalking each other. Aren't we all just cyber stalkers? Little view. See, I don't know. I think that's just the exposure, maybe. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. That heavenly light. It's giving you this really heavenly light. It's, you know, we're missing some of the colors. It looks nice, but film is more like a mood or a tone. I've been listening to Bret Easton Ellis. Well, we watched these Bret Easton Ellis films. I read all his fucking books when I was younger. There wasn't much to read. You know, in lit. Whatever is like the cool kids of literature. You know, it's like Sebastian Castillo, fucking alt-lit people. L. Nash was like the #1 fucking thing. He liked that I Boombox book. Everybody loved that book. Gary Indiana, of course, was on there. I don't fucking remember. It's just the same thing everybody likes. Everybody decides to like the same shit. Ben Fama's goddamn novel was on. So now I'm like, do I need to write a novel? Do I need to do something that's like marketable? I'm trying so hard to whore myself out. I have no idea how to connect with people. I really don't. You know, the things that I do that I think are going to be funny, or people are going to be like, wow, this is smart. I don't know. Everybody else always has a better idea or something. Now I'm getting older, so I'm not hip. My jokes would have been funny maybe 15 years ago. This is what I'm realizing about comedy. Like my Charles Grodin impression probably would have been hilarious in like 2005. Not so much anymore. Oh my God, I think these people are, yeah, okay. I'm not coming here, okay, I didn't come here for the purpose of documenting the migrant crisis or anything like that, but I am kind of in that area, I think. That hotel right there where all those people were waiting in line, the Roosevelt Hotel. I think that was people, waiting to stay, God have mercy on us. God bless us all. God bless us everyone. Here on Christmas. Yeah, so I wish Dennis Cooper would like my fucking chat books. When is Dennis Cooper gonna check out my vlogs? Dennis Cooper, if you're out there. Dennis Cooper, I'm talking to you, buddy. Check out my vlogs, bro. Check out my fucking vlogs. Check out my live streams, Dennis Cooper. My live streams are the most avant-garde literature on the goddamn it. Even this I try to dumb down. And say that, not that my audience is dumb, on the contrary, I think my audience is like smart people, actually. I actually think my audience is like the smartest, best looking people. I hate to put it that way, but that's what's so hard about being me, is you only resonate with the people that are exactly like you. So there's very few people flying this high intellectually and in the looks department. Not that I don't know. I'm not I'm thankful. I'm expressing gratitude. Not that it's done me any good. Being a good-looking man doesn't, of medium height. It is what it is. I don't want to sound like a dickhead. Or like I'm full of myself. I'm not. I'm just trying to embrace what I have that does work at this point. Or while it works, I should have been a movie star. That's why I can't watch these movies. As we're watching all this shit, I'm just like, God, this is who we got. We got, okay, Bradley Cooper. We all know I hate Bradley Cooper. Who was I thinking about on the way over? Oh, Chris, all of the Chris's, all of them. But the one that played Captain America. I'm like, this guy's a fucking movie star because he's so mid. I'm better looking, even Emile Hirsch, I'm better looking than all these guys. And I don't mean that like in a bragging way. I mean that from a profitability standpoint, I don't mean that like, it's not, it's a kind of privilege, I'm sure, that's invisible to me. And I'm sure it has. It's probably a big reason why people don't fire me, because I'm competent, as we know. I'm an incompetent filmmaker, an incompetent musician, an incompetent writer. I'm an incompetent, I'm the unfamous James Franco. I'm poor and unfamous James Franco. 5'8", James Franco. Poor, anonymous, 5'8", James Franco. That's what I put on my Hinge profile. Okay, here's my two things in comedy that I fucking hate. Every comedian has a joke about what they look like that. That would be my joke. I'm 5'8", poor, anonymous, James Franco, or what, something like that. It'd be something like that. Every fucking comedian has a joke about what they look like. They feel obligated to, I think, at this point. And then, before my set last night, we were in a guitar shop. So there's all these fucking guitars on the wall. Kind of an interesting place to do a show, right? And I'm in my head beforehand, I'm thinking, I got to make a joke about this. I got to say something that's like a joke about where the fuck we are or whatever. Because this is what comedians do, right? They all have a fucking joke about, oh, look, what the fuck are we in, I couldn't think of one. So I didn't do it. I couldn't think of a joke about, I don't want to think of one. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to think, what's a joke? What's a joke? What's something funny I could say about, we're in a guitar shop. My roadie, is this a roadie fucking, I don't know. I don't even know what I'd fucking say. Oh, God, I'm over by the tree. This is probably not a good direction to go in. I can't imagine live streaming by the tree. I'll get as close as I can get. Is it Friday? It's Friday. That's probably why there's so many fucking people down here. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. So, and then, yeah, like, everybody on the show was a good comedian, to be honest. I was very happy to be on it. Shout out to Aim Van Epps. Thank you so much for having me. I think I'd like to believe I throw something interesting into the mix, that it kind of breaks up the comedy. You know, she put me kind of halfway, which is great. The people who were on first were really good. This one guy had been on Last Comic Standing. Did I go after him? I think I went after the person went after. She was great. There was a female comedian, I think, who went right before me. She was great. She was very funny. But I also didn't know when I was going up, so I was like, And to be honest, I don't know. I didn't, I did do 2 open mics the day before, so I was, you know, the thing about these comedy open mics is I don't do them to rehearse, because to be honest, it feels like if I say it before the show, I'm going to ruin it. You know, it feels like if I say it, I'm going to, you know, a big part of what I do, it's like, it's fun for me to discover things. Oh, I used to love this place, Church of Sweden. I used to work near here, and I'd go here. You could just hang out. It's like a library. They have these amazing, like, Swedish drinks, raspberry, lingonberry, whatever the fuck it is. And, like, you know, Swedish cookies and shit. It's all super. I don't know what it's like now. Swedish books, but it's like a church, you know? Yeah, so I like sort of discovering it. That's like the gas of what I do, is like, sort of like epiphany, and there's always more to discover. There's always more to say. Oh God, I can't go by this thing. This is gonna be super busy. I'll just go back this way. God, it's crazy that this migrant hotels are literally like a fucking block from the Rockefeller tree. And the fucking, whatever these lights are on, what is this, Saks, or, you know, there's this big light show on Saks. I don't want to go by all these fucking shitty stores anyway. I would do Rockefeller Center if I thought my fucking signal. Let me see how far I can get. Let me see what I can do. I want to take my viewers inside, okay? Come along with me on a journey to Rockefeller Center, the heart of Christmas, everybody. We're going to the heart of Christmas, the heart of capitalism. The Rockefellers apparently had an oil monopoly. I learned this on TikTok. And I think they decided a lot, according to TikTok, this could be like the Rothschilds thing, but apparently they decided a lot of what our public schooling would be like, because they wanted to train people to be employees for them, to work in these office buildings, you know? They wanted to train people to sit at desks and read textbooks and regurgitate information and be statistical analysts, real estate analysts, which I guess just means is finding valuable assets or something. Who the fuck knows? Oh, should we go to Nintendo World? The happiest place on earth? We're going to the heart of Christmas, boys and girls. The heart of toys, consumer goods, materialism, packaging, advertising, all things they invented here on Madison Avenue in the heart of the American empire. Yeah, the Rockefellers. I don't know. I sort of look at them as maybe like they were Democrats, right? One of them was a senator. I don't know that much about them for that name being as famous as it is, right? Like fucking Jay-Z, Rockefeller. Apparently they were rich as fuck. You know, and it seems like a lot of, when you look at NBC, you know, legacy media, a lot of what people complain about with the media and celebrity left-wing, whatever, the bias, left-wing, MSNBC, it all comes from here, right? This is the legacy fucking media. Saturday Night Live, fucking Brian Williams lied to us, god damn it. But the helicopter, whatever the fuck it was. Oh, there's a fucking tree. There you go. Look at that. That's an exclusive, everybody. That's a fucking exclusive. I'm like Al Roker out here. I'm like fucking Al Roker here, okay? This is the fucking Today Show. We're taking over. We're taking over the media, okay? We're here. We're live. We got everything they got. We're going to have Miley Cyrus live on the fucking street performing. Maybe we should come do an open mic here. I got to get a Bluetooth PA. I want to do performances all over the city. I should have did that this last year. I was lazy. I wasted the year. I hibernated my year of success away. I wasted it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to keep looking at the tree? It's not that exciting. But there it was, folks, boys and girls. The heart of Christmas. Nintendo World. I like Nintendo as a brand. I feel like they were responsible with our childhood, you know? Nintendo was a good thing. I don't hate Nintendo. I was happy I love Mario, Zelda. Nintendo are good people as far as I'm concerned. And NBC for that matter. There's my childhood right there. Nintendo 64 and the Saturday Night Live. That's why I'm here, right? Oh, I don't know if I can go into Times Square. It's only going to get more crazy, I guess, if I go this way. Oh my God, is this guy a monk? There's a Buddhist monk over there. Can you hear me? I hope I'm still live. No one has watched or liked, so this whole thing could just be a big lie. I think I'm doing good though. Thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. I'm not, there's cops everywhere. In the police state, the cyber dystopia, where the wealth disparity grows, and they just want to kill us. That's what it seems like to me. They want super yachts. Jeff Bezos does not give a fuck. He wants to work us to death. He wants us to have benefits, no unions, no rights. He wants to make all the fucking decisions. So we try, that we get a whole fucking nation of stand-up comedians trying to go viral. Trying to fix it with our words. We're trying to say, hey, stand-up comedy, it does seem to me like as a job to be like, you're going, hey, I'm going to straighten this out. Listen to me. Boom, I got 5 minutes. Listen to this. Boom, hey, did you ever wonder, blah, 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 bang, bang, boom. And you're kind of showing people, there's too much common sense. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to do, TikTok was showing me this video of Hank Azaria on Howard Stern, okay? So this is one of the things about TikTok is it triangulates your interests. So it's a Howard Stern thing. They know that I'm susceptible to that. Hank Azaria is an impressionist, right? He's on The Simpsons, which was a big part of my youth. I hope it was yours. Okay, here's Fox News. Maybe I'll do a live from outside Fox News. Oh my God, there's too many fucking people out here. I definitely went the wrong fucking way. Oh my God, I'm trapped. Trapped in a sea of people. There's fucking guardrails. Alright, I mean, as long as my signal holds out, I don't really give a fuck. I'm just worried that there's so many people it's going to kill my phone signal. Can you imagine this? In the middle of Midtown Manhattan, I'm worried my phone signal is going to die. Thank you, Cricket. Thank you, Cricket Mobile. $55 a month. It has unlimited data, though, which funds my TikTok habit. The thing is, my last phone, I think I had 15 gigabytes a month, so it would really only last half the month. So I could only watch TikTok half the month. Now I got unlimited, so I can watch YouTube videos. I'm intravenous. My YouTube, my fucking iPhone might as well be hooked into my vein in my arm. It's intravenous. I'm on the YouTube drip. No, I'm on the TikTok drip. I'm on the YouTube. All right, here we are at Fox News headquarters, everybody. In the heart of the beast. Talk about capitalism. Jesus Christ. As if fucking Rockefeller was bad. Look at that tree. Look at this fucking red, white, and blue tree. Those are not the Christmas colors, all right? The Christmas colors are goddamn green and red. Look at the fucking people admiring and taking pictures of the Fox News tree. How fucked up. Look at this. This is why we can't have nice things, okay? This is why American cannot have nice things. Holy shit balls. Let's get as far away from fucking Fox News as possible. You know, people think Tucker is like this renegade truth teller or something. Theo Vaughn and Tucker, for Christ's sake. Let's hear. This will be like Birdman. Okay, I'll do one shot in Times Square. It's like Birdman. This is basically Birdman. Birdman was like a live stream in Midtown. This is Birdman 2. Okay, the Matt Proctor story. Failed actor. A Long Day's Journey into Night. A Touch of the Poet. I related to those Eugene O'Neill plays. I love Long Day's Journey into Night. You know, I relate to that character heavily. I think it's maybe a better version of Glass Menagerie, actually. It's kind of more, I don't know, it's more substantial in a way. It's kind of, not that I'm talking shit about, I mean, I love Glass Menagerie. It's beautiful. I mean, Tennessee Williams, one of the ultimate beautiful poets of American theater. And funded an entire generation. The method thing, all those actors, they all started doing Tennessee Williams. You know, that was all, they all got a Tennessee Williams. Paul Newman, Brando, of course. Montgomery Clift was in the Glass Menagerie on Broadway. On Broadway, where we are today, here we are. In the heart of the theater district. Oh my God, there's Gutfield. Oh my God. Look at this. We're walking by Gutfield show. This guy's #1 in late night. More people watch fucking Gutfield. Look at that exclamation point. That tells you everything you need to fucking know right there. The fucking exclamation point on Gutfield. Wow, I really can't believe what I'm even fucking seeing. Yeah, so basically this is like the brainwash capital of the fucking universe. These few blocks in Midtown Manhattan. I guess this is an appropriate place to do a show because, I mean, all of the messages and all of the propaganda and all of the ways that they tried to organize us from Rockefeller Center, it all came through NBC, MSNBC, Fox News. Now more than ever, right? Fucking secession, all this shit. Rupert Murdoch. I'm glad he's dead. Is he dead yet? No, he just died on the show. He's only 100 fucking years old and he's still alive. Married to like a 60-year-old. Fucking creep. Married to a woman much younger than him. Oh God, no more fucking Book of Mormon bullshit. Okay, South Park. I hate it. Just want to go. Okay, so let me talk about my comedy. Here we are. Fuck, it's only getting louder. What the fuck is that noise? What could that noise be? That's like the air conditioning for this fucking hotel or something. Look at that. I'm trying to do a goddamn live stream here. Outside the Hard Rock. The Hard Rock Hotel with Steve Van Zandt and Ace Frehley. All right, here we are. It's Birdman 2, okay? The Matt Proctor story. Failed actor, poet, filmmaker, musician, comedian. Public access, selfish, solipsistic, dilettante, trying to get attention, being lazy, trying to get as much exchange value, validation on not very little effort as he can. Oh God, I don't want to go through Times Square. We're only going to do a little piece of this and I'm going back. Okay, we're live. Hopefully my phone continues. Stay. Should I go to Central Park maybe, or? Fuck. It's nice out. It's like 55 degrees, like global warming, you know? Well, this is something I don't know if I said this last week, but 15 years ago when I first got to fucking New York, this all would have been snow. All the fucking rain that we've been getting recently, for some reason, every time it rains now, it gets warmer. So it was like 33 degrees yesterday, and it's not raining today, but I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow or Sunday. And it's like every time it rains, the temperature goes up to 57 degrees, 60 degrees, because there's warm air moving in that creates the fucking moisture or whatever. I'm a meteorologist. Like I said, I'm Al Roker here. What do you think of the new glasses? They cost $20. They're replacements. I mean, glasses are so cheap, I might just get a bunch of them, you know. My God, here we are in the vanilla sky. Look at this. The Cyber Center, okay? George M. Cohan, Yankee Doodle Dandy, propaganda for the war. Over there, over there. We're going to kill them. We're going to kill them all, okay? 9/11, everybody. The buck stops here. We're here to expose it. We're truth tellers. Why are we obsessed with New York? Why are we obsessed with New York? Why do we want to feed into the media complex? Why do we want to get famous? Why do we want to be stars? You know, Tarantino's violent. Bret Easton Ellis, his books are kind of violent and shit. They can be. Maybe I'll go this way. Fuck it. Let's see some theaters. Then we'll kind of circle back or something. Here it is, man. It's where they did TRL right fucking here. TRL. Talk about indoctrination. Holy shit. TRL, for fuck's sake. Somehow they convinced us Britney and fucking NSYNC and Timberlake. They convinced us Justin Timberlake was hot. How did they do that? Not only hot, but like, you know, he was like the man. God, we grew up in a depraved, manipulated. We were all manipulated by the execs, the Cretans, the creeps in New York. You know? The people. Vince McMahon. And here we are, Quentin Tarantino. You know, I don't believe in like hard and fast conspiracies generally. Like, I don't think people generally have to like sell their soul to make it or anything. I don't think that it's that cut and dry. I don't know. But, fuck, I don't know, man. It just doesn't really work this way anymore, right? That's what I'm here to prove or to show, or the contrast between the dinosaur media, the mighty, you know, Rockefeller Center. You know, and in that sense, I don't know, New York is, I mean, other than the physical proximity of it, I mean, that's still what's important about it. And that's why it's so expensive to be here, is because you cannot get that on the internet. You know, in New York City, at least in this country, you are in physical proximity to millions of other people, many of whom are probably specialists or excel in a certain field, and you're here for that. You know, you're here because people to date are here, people to, you know, the poetry is here, you know, the best poets are here. Everybody has, you know, because everybody's attracted to it. I don't think that will go away. I think that now it's like, what, all the influencers come here. It's still part of the narrative, you know, it's still the narrative. New York is symbolic of the mountain of success or whatever. And to be honest, you know, just functionally, the fact that it's a pedestrian mass transit city, and it's sort of like cut off and permanently that way, that is also, you know, something that makes it significantly different and important, and like a unique place to live in this fucking country, and kind of the only place to live in this country. Like, everywhere else in this goddamn country, you gotta have a fucking car, or they can basically manipulate your budget at will. You know, based on gas price, insurance price, upkeep of the car, you know, maybe you have a car payment, you got to find a place to park it. That basically costs money. you know, manipulate how much of your budget they want to take. Fucking, you know, if gas is only $1, you know, we're all getting jerked around right now by greedy motherfuckers, and they all live here. You know, they fixed up the place real nice for themselves. They've stolen it all. They vacated it. Okay, so let me talk about my stand-up sets. I did a set. Okay, so first, the night before, I did a couple shows. And, you know, as I do it, I sort of learn what I want to do. Like, I would rather just do what I believe in. My belief is I can change the whole field of comedy. Because I think it is stupid and kind of underperforming. Maybe that's what people like about it. But, like, stand-up comedy, all right, it is what it is. It's an art form that a lot of people are tuned into. I think the artificiality of it and the form of it, people do understand. They understand that it's jokes, that it's, that there is this kind of pacing. That's like all comedians have the same kind of pacing now. And like, I just don't really want to do that. I want to do this. And so part of the problem is when I get on stage, there's not a whole lot of laughs per minute, let's say. There's not a high return. And so you can feel yourself digging yourself into a hole. You know, when you're at a comedy show and you're sort of throwing all these words out there and there's no laughs and you're just kind of, you know, or at least that's how it is when these motherfuckers go up and do it. That, like I said, that's not what I want to do. I want to play fucking free jazz. I want to play bebop. You know, I want to come out. I know that sounds real pretentious and like, you know, you have to be good to do that. But I want like a flurry of notes. You know, I don't want it to just be, I did walk down this fucking street. I don't want it to just be, I hate this rhythm. I don't want to listen to this rhythm. And all these comedians are copying each other. To be honest, all I'm taking from this is it's a venue with a fucking microphone and a stage, and you get up there and you talk. And you're physical. You know, that's the other big thing that I like about comedy world, that I feel kind of handcuffed with poetry stuff, is at a poetry reading, it's kind of, I don't think people are going to freak out if you do like physical stuff, you know, with the text, but it's not normal, right? Comedian or poets are not, Freudian slip, are not generally, what's the difference? I mean, the comedians are real sad, to be honest. Poets, it's become this kind of like glamorous, kind of like professionalized, careerized fucking thing that people want to do. Not that I don't think people are genuine with it, but so comedy is sad. Comics are sad. A lot of them, you can tell they're, you know, they've got some kind of physical thing wrong with them or something, or they look weird. This is why they have to be comedians. You know, that's why they've developed a sense of humor. And it's their only hope to sort of get people to like them, I guess, or to disarm people or something. I don't know. Not that they aren't likable. It's just, you know, people do judge and shit like this. Do what I did, which, I don't know, I think it is like a TMI business, this, you know, therapy or whatever, that, you know, amateur therapy, unlicensed therapy. You know, I think you can talk to an audience and entertain them without them laughing every 3 fucking seconds. and that's kind of what it's a scary place to go, though, in public speaking. It's like, if you're not getting an audible reaction from people, are you just prattling on? Are you just being a bore? If you're not teaching them something, if you're not lecturing or being edifying, like I said, I mean, it's even at the open mic, it's hard to develop that space. Even an event you have control over and you can kind of pace how you want, it's hard for me to feel like I can talk at the beginning without being fun, or you can feel people getting bored, or at least maybe that's all in your head, but it feels like you can feel at a certain moment, like feel about how long 10 minutes is now, or 5 minutes. Like when I do my opening at Easy Paradise, I never time it out, but, I just internally can feel around 10 minutes, the room kind of contracts a little bit, and the audience kind of getting antsy. They're ready for it to start. They're ready for their turn, Doing an open mic, the audience is a little bit different because they are all waiting for their turn. It's not like they're just there to watch. Like they want to know when the fuck they get to go up, and that's one of the things that's hard about doing an open mic with a lot of people who show up, is everybody fucking wants to go up, and oh God, you're probably hearing all this copyrighted music, aren't you? You're hearing all this fucking copyrighted music, aren't you? God damn it. It's gonna ruin my monetization, god damn it. Oh fuck, I'm trapped in... I was just trying... it's gonna be like this for a few blocks, I think. I think it's a law. They just have to play this fucking song like everywhere. Like you're never out of earshot of this song. And I don't get it. It's like these guys could play a lot of different fucking songs. They could play a lot of different songs. Those guys have big Bluetooth PAs. They can play any song they want. What do they listen to this fucking song all day, every day? I don't even think they play the whole song. They just play the fucking chorus. Literally, anytime you're anywhere near Times Square, you're gonna hear that chorus. It's always, oh no, I can't do this. This is really the wrong way. Okay. It's this goddamn Murdoch, Fox News. Oh, here we are. But we're getting good footage for you guys, right? Good holiday. Everybody's having a Catcher in the Rye Christmas. Look at that. The Rockettes. We're going to go see the Rockettes, everybody. Does anybody even do this? I mean, does anybody live within a 10-mile radius of any of this shit anymore? Like, who the fuck is going to Radio City Music Hall to fucking see the Rockettes? Like, people on the Upper East Side, or people in New Jersey? Or people from Wisconsin, or fucking Florida? Bam, look at that. Open air marketplace. Maybe I should sell some of my chapbooks and shit. I mean, there's tons of foot traffic here. Maybe I should bring some of my chapbooks out. Or a Bluetooth PA. I don't know. I did, okay, my buddy Lee Paul, shout out to Lee Paul. He runs a sober mic, which is not exclusively sober, but he runs a sober mic at this fucking deli on the Upper West Side. So it's like, Ashley, shout out to Ashley, she left on Tuesday to go back home for Christmas. And so I was on the Upper West Side, and so, I've actually done fucking more open mics probably on the Upper West Side than anywhere in the last 6 months. I'm constantly going to West Side Comedy Club or Producers Club or whatever the fuck it is. And so my buddy's got this fucking open mic above a deli on 72nd Street. It's called the Up and Up. The deli, I don't remember what it's called. But it's, you spend $5 at the deli, you get 5 minutes. And it's, it's cool. It's this upstairs fucking, it looks like a fucking real estate office or something. It's got like, fluorescent lighting and shit. And, you know, so I got a cannoli and a bottle of water for $6. You know, most comedy open mics, you leave empty-handed. You leave in humiliation and shame. You spend $5. I don't know if this is working. I don't even know if this is going through because I've had 0 viewers. All right, I'm just going to go up to fucking Midtown and we'll work our way over from there. You got these nice plazas. There's all these nice plazas. That's probably like one of the nicer parts of Midtown. These fucking plazas. It's so nice out. I was going to go to the New York Public Library, but it's just so fucking nice out that I'm like, Jesus Christ. Maybe I should go to fucking Central Park. I thought it was going to be a little chillier, actually. It's very nice. Can you hear me? I don't know. No one, we'll see. I think even the visual of this is nice. This will be nice to have, even if you can't really hear it that well. I'm trying to talk, you know, into it or whatever. Yeah, so anyway, he gave us like 8 minutes, I think. We did like 8 minutes. And, you know, yeah, it's nice to leave with something rather than just paying $5 and feeling like, okay, you know, I got to bomb in front of 5 toxic possible, you know, lone gunman types, mass shooters. I don't know. I need to get back into doing... Well, the thing is, I've had booked poetry readings and shit, or I do my own show, or I usually read something on Monday. So, I don't know. There's a little bit more fluidity with the comedy open mics. You can use the stage a little more, even though people aren't really seeing you. I don't know. It's kind of... Well, here's the thing. This is a good piece of advice that I saw on TikTok is... always give 110% because you never know. The sound guy, the bartender might be, you know, a booker or in a band or something. And that's true. The fucking, when we did that System Lord show at Heart Bar on Thanksgiving last year, Hoffman got us that gig. Shout out to Hoffman. Those guys hate me. I don't know why. They never come back to the open mic. But shout out to Hoffman. He got us this gig. And it was a few days after Thanksgiving. It was Sunday after Thanksgiving at Heart Bar. And there was like nobody there. You know, Ashley came. Shout out to Ashley. But there was like literally nobody there. But the sound guy was a super amazing, cool guy, live with Regis and Kelly. And he's gotten us the most amazing System Lord gigs we've had were because we played at Chaos Computer. The guy booked us at Chaos Computer in that show, Freak World. He's the one who was responsible for bringing us to Freak World. So shout out to Live with Regis and Kelly Lee. You know, if I went extra hard at that gig because there was nobody there. So I just thought I can do whatever the fuck I want and go nuts. And the sound guy saw us and thought we were dope. Bill Maher smokes tons of weed on his fucking Club Random. He's got a big fucking pre-roll on every episode of that. So I'm like, okay, I guess smoking weed is encouraged on YouTube. They're pro cannabis on YouTube. Another reason why it's the best social media app, by far. Look, I'm just doing my TikTok videos, okay? Okay, well that didn't really work properly. So the thing about, okay, so I got booked on this show in this guitar shop, Orphan Guitars, and, you know, I have been booked on comedy stuff. That's another reason why I've been doing comedy shit, because it's easier for me to get booked there. You know, with poetry shit, and I don't mean to sound unprogressive or anything, but like they don't want to book white guys. unless they're really fucking good and like appealing to, you know, whatever, that sensibility. But like, you know, comedy is all toxic white guys. So I'm pretty, you know, you know, plus, well, so it's like there's, you know, it's just another thing to be able to do on stage. Why the fuck not? You know, why not? Everybody's trying to be a stand-up comedian now. Tom Brady's trying to be a fucking stand-up comedian. Because I think it's the town hall. You know? I think it's like, it is the equivalent of like the comment section or the forum or the chat room. It's just like you're there and you're putting your money where your mouth is. You know? I admire that. Anybody who gets up on stage, it's scary. I mean, is there anything fucking scarier than getting up on stage claiming that you're gonna make people laugh? That takes a lot of fucking, you know, that's not easy to do. And so anyway, thanks to Ann Van Epps for booking me on this thing yesterday. She's hilarious. She was a great host. She was really funny between. She was very natural. She was very, you know, she had some great ad libs. So she was like spontaneous. This is one of my favorite streets in New York, 7th Avenue coming up into Central Park. 7th Avenue literally goes into Central Park and becomes like the loop. But you sort of, you know, when you're on the subway, you don't really realize or whatever, but it's like a hill, you know? From Central Park down into Times Square is like this hill, you know? So that's why you can see kind of down here. God, I'm really kind of surprised nobody tuned in to watch this. I hope this is actually working. Because, and I'm not saying that Ashley is the only person that ever watches it, but like, I'm surprised that even one other person hasn't even like tuned in at all to watch this. It makes me kind of doubt this is even fucking working. Because it's, I mean, the thing is, it's in New York City streets. I would imagine people would be checking out even just out of curiosity for that, but I don't know, who knows. Save highlight, interesting, okay. Oh, I can mute the microphone. Fuck. Okay. Good to know. Oh, nice. Here we go. See, there's beautiful lights everywhere. I mean, even visually, this is kind of interesting. In fact, maybe I should just turn it around while I'm talking.
We're gonna walk with purpose.
Okay, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, this show was like, it was a real, she books good acts. She's a good host. She gets, you know, like I said, this one fucking guy was on Last Comic Standing. His name was Ross. He fucking killed. He was hilarious with his guitar. Okay, so what happened was, the first time Ann Van Epps really saw me do stand-up comedy was at this place called Quincy Adam. I went to this show that I think Jason T. Cucker was on. She may have even booked it, but there was an open mic. And so I went and I did some jokes about pornography. They're not really jokes about pornography. I'm talking about pornography because I'm just talking about my dick or whatever, you know, like... And so... After that show, a couple weeks later, she asked me to do the next one at that place, Quincy Adam. So I had 10 minutes, you know, to do a set. And I thought, well, this is a classy place. Let me not do what I did last time. Let me do something clean and smart, and I'll do it. You know, I wasn't sure what I should do. And so I thought, well, let me do a talk piece about Gilgamesh, the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is what I ended up doing. And, you know, it wasn't the funniest thing that ever happened, although it was kind of funny, surprisingly. I thought it was interesting, and it kind of put an interesting, you know, secret sauce. You know, it was like the kind of hidden ingredient or something in the secret sauce. Maybe. I don't know. That's me liking to believe that. And so God bless Ann Van Epp, she booked me again. I didn't bomb. You know, I did pretty well at that thing. You know, I didn't kill or anything, but I did okay. Like I said, it was interesting. People came up to me afterwards, and we're talking about Gilgamesh and shit. So, like... I'm gonna get hit by a car while I'm fucking live streaming. Oh, should I go to Central Park, or what should I do? Kind of into the Midtown East thing. I love Kips Bay. I love Turtle Bay. I love Murray Hill. I know that's like insane to say. I love Sutton Place. It's my favorite parts of New York. A lot of them. It's one of the places that still feels like New York. You know, Midtown East. They still have a bunch of liquor stores and shit. Kind of like the Upper West Side. It's like it hasn't been totally, you know, corporatized and douched out. Like, although there's a little of that, like the West Village has, or the East Village for that matter. I haven't douched it out with gentrification yet. Yeah, I don't know. I see these other comedians getting up and making people laugh and their jokes and shit. And as I'm sitting there, I'm just going, I don't want to do this. I don't care about this. I don't want to do jokes. I don't want to feel like I have to fit into that mold. You know, I don't want to feel like I have to. I mean, I'm just by going to the open mics and listening to comedians and watching comedians at my open mic and watching, you know, videos of it, you know, you start to internalize the forms and you know, the kind of snap of it or whatever, or like you start to, you know, hear that more. But I don't want to imitate any of those guys, you know. You can usually hear in a comedian who they're imitating rhythmically. And like with my poetry, it's like you can hear who I'm imitating. You can hear that I'm kind of doing an Eileen Miles thing. Pretty much. Those rhythms are important. You know, they kind of show you how something is supposed to move energetically, emotionally, especially if it's something that has some kind of weird path through it. That's not just kind of like the fucking standardized, oh, here's Carnegie Hall. Oh. This is a fucking hot sauce store right here. It's a hot sauce store. Let me go over here. I need to get Bluetooth fucking headphones. My headphone jack. That's, you know, they want your fucking headphone jackets. Now I can't fucking charge my phone though. The fucking charger has to be like in this weird position, you know, so I'm on the last legs with my phone. I guess, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can. I've had it almost 2 years, about a year and a half. Pluto is entering Aquarius in January, I think, for 15 years. Who knows what the fuck. I'm trying to figure out how to get home for Christmas. I'd like to go home for Christmas, like in a week. So, if anybody has any leads about how to get to Columbus, Ohio for Christmas, I don't know. It's been like almost 3 years since I've been home, so I need a little bit of a break, I feel like. I feel like even though I love New York, it is really, really hard being around so many people that are good. And that's something that I'm trying to learn how to be better, enjoying other people's work more for its own sake, you know, not just because you want something back. But, you know, like at the open mic, or it was a comedy show. She didn't put my name on the poster. She overbooked it. I think she was hoping I wasn't going to show up. She kept saying I overbooked it. It's like, I was clearly the weak link. When she came up after me, she was like, okay, so anyway, I did this thing about Gilgamesh, and afterwards she told me, I like when you do material. And the only time I ever did material was the porn material that I did. I thought talking about porn was like a hack comedy move. You know, I thought talking about porn, like, it's just what gross porn addicted comedians do. You know, they watch porn all day, so they talk about it. But I don't know. I have funny jokes about, well, I don't know. She asked me to do material, so I thought, well, she liked the material about porn, so I'll do all my sex material. I'll do 10 minutes of sex material. And so I you know, because I have a lot of routines that I've never done on stage. My routine about 69ing, I've never actually done that live. You know, I've never done, I have a lot of jokes. Well, okay, around 2011, 12, when I was doing like improv, and I first moved to New York, you know, and I was trying to figure out just like a way in anyhow I could. So I was like doing improv shit, and that's kind of adjacent to stand-up in a way. And, you know, I was flirting with trying to do stand-up back then, so I had like some routines in bits that I had recorded, like on my photo booth on my iMac in 2011. And a lot of them were, you know, they weren't all about porn. But, you know, and then, back then it was like a little more, you know, I don't know, normal or something. It was less toxic. But it was funny. I mean, I wasn't just doing it to talk about porn. It was like, those just so happened that the funniest jokes I had were about that. Or the funniest routines or whatever the fuck you call them. Like I had this joke about, well, I'll do it live sometime. I don't want to do it on here. I don't want to spoil it. But anyway, I was going to do a lot of them last night. I was going to do all my sex material. Because I was like, this is the stuff that probably is the funniest stuff that I have. And like, everybody talks about dating and shit. Why not? Why not just fucking talk about this? You know, all my fucking poetry's pornographic according to fucking, you know, my heroes. So why not make my comedy? So anyway, I planned this whole set of sex jokes. And lo and behold, at the gig last night, Anne Van App's mom is there. Because it's, you know, it's the holidays. And so her whole opening monologue, she like bleeped out the cuss words. She literally said bleep instead of like, you know, suck my bleep or whatever. And so I'm like, oh my God, my whole fucking thing is like the most highly sexualized, like. But it's like, I'm getting at a point because I do think porn is a part of our lives, and it is like a gender patterning and a sexuality patterning thing where it's like the way that they portray this, I do think is important. You know, every night, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people are watching porn, or, you know, at least, you know, maybe Gen X and younger. You know, we're sexual. God made us horny for some fucking reason. Maybe a little too horny, if you ask me. But I love it. I love fucking sex. I love it. I love it. I love it. Maybe that's not totally obvious to people, but I love sex. I love fucking. I don't know. I love women. It's all good. I love kissing. I love touch. It's all fucking beautiful. That's what poetry is all about. And why not make comedy? I don't think it's like, you know, I don't think it is pornographic, actually. You know, I don't believe that. I don't think it is pornographic. I think that is like part of how our culture's inside out. You know, I do think if there was sex in movies, it's about love. You know, it's about connecting. It's about bonding. You know, it can hurt people. There's no question. And we should be responsible in sex and whatnot about it. But, you know, portraying sex and love in culture, I think would be a lot more productive and healthy than the fucking violence that we have in our culture, right? There's tons and tons and tons of fucking murder and guns and shooting. And we celebrate that shit. And yet sex is like this bad thing that, like, we do on the internet late at night. And we can't talk about it in our poetry. And we can't talk about it in our comedy because it's dirty. I think it's beautiful. That's why I talk about it, not because I'm trying to be gross or obscene or anything. I just think it's my favorite part of life. And I do want to think about it and talk about it and investigate it and analyze it and relish it and cherish it and fucking understand it and relive it and enhance it and amplify it and just, I mean, what else do we have? You know, as people, it's like the Joseph Mitchell thing or Joseph Campbell thing about, you know, you have to follow your bliss because it drowns out the pain, right? There is pain in life. There's going to be pain in life. The only obliterated, wipe, oh God, look what it is. With good feeling, right? I don't want to use the word pleasure. It's kind of gross. We have to blast out, eviscerate, blow out, vaporize. You have to vaporize the pain with fucking, you know. Now, I'm not saying, you know, we're sex addicts or anything. That's why God made it impossible to get laid. Because if women weren't so mean to us, we'd never do anything else. We just have sex all the time. But I think it's, you know, we're adjusting to a new kind of environment. Oh, I can't believe I walked this far north. Fuck. I was going to go to the library. It's so warm out, though. I kind of lost track while I was looking at myself in the, you know, trying to steer this thing. Yeah, we're on 5th Avenue and 57th Street here outside Bergdorf's. Right, coming up on West Central Park West. Oh, I really didn't want to get this far north. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got the selfie stick out, people. Thank you to Eamon. Shout out to Eamon, my producer. Without him, this would not have been possible. He's the one who provided the Ulanzi selfie stick slash... Let me tell you something. It's titanium body. It's not only a selfie stick. It is also, it telescopes out into a portable tripod, lightweight, unbreakable. Shout out to Aim for the. Finally, I can walk around with this thing at arm's length while I'm filming myself. Get out of my way, mother and children and families. Fuck off. I'm vlogging here, fucking... Okay. I have noticed, and I don't think this is... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I do feel like I've noticed way more public menorahs this year. Which is cool. Maybe there should be. But I've seen them, like... outside different subway. I mean, there's fucking Christmas trees everywhere. Lord knows the Christians are obnoxious about their fucking holiday. It's in everybody's goddamn face. You can't really avoid it. Bradley Cooper's Maestro. I want to talk shit about Bradley Cooper like you. That's a regular segment. I don't know. He's whatever. Here's what I don't get, okay? Why did he not... Okay, a few years ago, he did The Elephant Man on Broadway. Bradley Cooper as the Elephant Man on Broadway, because David Bowie had done it. And he did it without any prosthetics. He just did it by, like, manipulating kind of his body and shit. And kind of standing there with, like, a, you know... Like, you know, kind of making fun of... Like people when they're making fun of retarded people. Mentally challenged people. His whole performance was that. No prosthetics. So it's just him on stage, like, kind of awkwardly standing there in these weird... I don't know. I didn't see it. Apparently it was fantastic. But then he does fucking this Leonard Bernstein movie, which I love Leonard Bernstein. Great for, like, exposing fucking people to Leonard Bernstein, because Leonard Bernstein is amazing. But he's in this fucking movie, and what does he do? He puts on this fucking prosthetic nose. It's like, dude, you played the Elephant Man. You wore no prosthetics. He's the fucking elephant. I mean, I guess that was his point, maybe. He's trying not to make the guy like this spectacle, maybe. I wouldn't pay for it. If I'm paying, $200 to see goddamn Bradley Cooper star of The Hangover on Broadway, I want to see some goddamn special effects and some makeup. That better be the best goddamn prosthetics I've ever seen. I bet he better disappear into the fucking role. If I see Bradley Cooper up there pantomiming like he's deformed, I'm going to be very offended and pissed off. That was the plaza.
That's what you said after the war?
The plaza. This is the statue where Jack from Fisher King is laying out front with his Pinocchio doll. The propaganda is all around us, the mythology. That's why New York, I don't know, it just, the psychogeography, the spirit residue. Maybe that is all just bullshit, and it doesn't matter, Why do we care if we're famous, if people watch? Isn't living it enough, Why do we have to be around, walking in the footsteps and trying to access, to me, it's like I'm trying to access those powers, I guess. The writers were here, the poets were here, the filmmakers were here, the actors, the greats, the near greats, the in greats, the not so greats, the Joe Franklins. And so, there's something about, okay, I'm on 20%, okay. If they were here, I'll go to 10% maybe. If they were here, then the energy's here. That the psycho spirit matter of that is here. What was I just talking about? I was talking about Bradley Cooper. So he's playing the Elephant Man. So I don't know. I think it's kind of offensive that he wore a nose, actually. Like I don't think it makes him look more like him, actually. Leonard Bernstein was a good-looking guy. His face was more chiseled. Bradley Cooper's face is kind of doughy, and his features are kind of soft. Leonard Bernstein had kind of more of a chiseled kind of cheekbone, and it wasn't really about his fucking nose. That does feel kind of anti-Semitic to me. Dude, I'm going to play the Elephant Man and have no fucking prosthetics. Then I'm going to do Leonard Bernstein. I'm going to wear a fake nose. That's fucked up. Oh, God, there's nothing worse than trying to be funny. Like I said, I'm just trying to spark poetry. Poetry is like this meadow of dry grass that's waiting to go up into flames in our culture. Everybody wants poetry. Everybody needs poetry. All of the greatest shit in music, film, it all comes from poetry. It all is poetry. It's just whether, that includes the pop artists of everybody. They were all tuned into poetry. A lot of songs, a lot of the most famous songs we have started out as poems. Somebody sat down to write a poem and they turned it into a song. They wrote some lyrics, they turned it into a song. Blowing in the Wind. He didn't write that melody. He stole the fucking melody, to be honest, from slaves. He wrote the words. The words are kind of, the thing that people really lock into, I guess. But, yeah, in any case, yeah, so I did all my sex material. The one part of the set that really, because I think every time you go on stage, it is like a risk, particularly doing comedy. It's just like, is this going to work? Especially me. I don't write stuff out. Maybe I should write it out, rehearse it. That might be something that I try next. I don't know. I was watching this thing about Tom Cruise. Apparently Tom Cruise wrote the Frank T.J. Mackey speech. And he was actually kind of the mastermind behind that character, which I did not know. It showed up on a TikTok video. Who was it? I forget who was telling the story, Matt Damon, or I don't remember. It was some other actor was talking about Tom Cruise, and they were talking about when Paul Thomas Anderson wrote the character, he was more kind of like just like a seminar khaki and sneakers guy. And Tom Cruise came up and said, "Hey, that's not this guy. He's got leather." He kind of came up with the look, and apparently he wrote the respect the cock speech, which that's insane to me. I think Tom Cruise, he kind of wastes his talent on all these dumbass action movies where he's running all the time. It's like, dude, I think there's more there than people kind of, I mean, you got to separate the art from the artist, like many of the recent greats. But I think there's more there. But why did I start talking about that? Oh, yeah. The thing is, stand-up comedy always seemed so awkward to rehearse it. That's why you have to pay to do these open mics, because it's like rehearsing it. You kind of need an audience to rehearse it. But, okay, so I was watching, there was this video about Tom Cruise, and it was talking about how in his house, he's got a fucking soundstage built. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear what I'm saying, if the audio is good. Or just let me know if the audio is good somehow. Blink twice if the audio is good. So Tom Cruise has this fucking soundstage in his house with lighting and shit, where he can go and sort of try out his characters and try out what he's going to do. Okay, thank you. So the sound is working. Great. Okay. And I think that is kind of what you need. Like, as an actor, as a performer, doing what I want to do with, like, more physicality and more embodiment, character stuff, improv, physical comedy, using the space, exploring the kinesphere. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's all stuff that it kind of helps if you have that. I mean, obviously, we don't have fucking sound stages on our property, but, I used to do that in my apartment. When I had that big 2-bedroom apartment, I had that big living room, so I could rehearse in the living room, and I could get on my feet, and I could do kind of crazy physical stuff and just do whatever I wanted. I think, as performers, fuck, I'm on Park Avenue, shit, I don't want to be over here, really. Maybe I'll go back down. We're on Park Avenue here, everybody. Merry Christmas. I'm going to go to 10%. My battery's almost dead. I'm on 20, so I'll go to 10. I think BlackRock's right over here. Maybe we'll stop by BlackRock. All the asset management firms that are killing us for no fucking reason. For their fucking bank account number. To see their bank account go up. Their crypto portfolio. Yeah, so I realized that's kind of what I have in the basement out in Midwood with Kuzu Daddy. Kuzu Daddy has got this whole fucking facility with a green screen and fucking set and all this shit. It's like, well, I hear him doing that because my room is right above where he's got all his cameras and, his green screen and shit. And so I'll hear him down there, and he practices a lot. He does rehearse like a lot. He's down there, he's running his songs, he's running his banter. He'll be down there just kind of talking in the microphone, sort of like rehearsing what the fuck he's gonna say on stage. It's like, that's maybe that's not a bad idea. I mean, I never like rehearse my poetry. I would never rehearse for a reading ever. Because to me, that's like, you've got the script. You don't really need to rehearse for that. You know how it should sound. And there's not really like an expectation for you to do a performance. If you do a performance, I don't know. Unless you set it up that way, it's going to come off as weird or something. I don't know. My poems are not really performance poetry in the genre sense, That's one thing that's frustrating. It's all these genres. You have to fit into one of these things. You're a freestyle rapper. You're a stand-up comedian. You're, a slam poet. You have to have these rhythms. You have to present it in this way. or else the audience, like, it doesn't come across or something. They don't really identify you as what they don't identify what you're doing. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm starting to like distrust the frame. You know, with stand-up comedy, I'm less inclined to go in there trying to play by the rules, because I just think that like it is like this kind of organized group think, and like the audience is almost not even listening to what you're saying. They're listening more to like your prompt that they're supposed to laugh. And like I'm not really working on that. I'm working on how am I going to communicate and discover something funny, which is impossible to do when you get nervous. I should have learned my lesson by now, because I've been trying to do this on stage basically for the last decade. I've been trying to figure out how to improvise and write on stage, basically. And there's never enough time, and you always get nervous, and you know, you can't think of what you want to say. You can't think of what you know, when you're alone thinking about what you're going to do, you always think of, oh, I'll talk about this, I'll say this. And then you get up there and you're like, fuck, I don't remember any of it. I can't, you're grasping for anything. And I don't know, maybe that is like a Valhalla or a Fool's Gold or something, that just like, there is no way to actually do that. I don't know. To me, it's like the message, the content that I want to get across. Why would I go up at a comedy open mic and tell the same fucking jokes every time? Or even twice? You know, like for me, it's more about like, I pay to use their stage. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I don't care if people laugh. At this point, the audience is online, right? The third place, every fucking thing is online. And so like, the physical show is almost just like a photo op. It's almost like you're just staging it for the content. I mean, that's not why I do it, but like, that's the thing that's gonna live, right? I mean, maybe it's people's memories of it, the people who were there, the people who watched it, they will take that with them. But like, the thing that's gonna live documenting it is the pictures, the video, the posts, the stories. And I'm not saying one is more exclusive than the other. Why not do both? You know, it's nice to do both. But, you know, the virtual space, I heard somebody say, you know, because one of the things I see TikTok videos is about, like, the third place, right? In America, we have no third places because everything's capitalism. They want to charge you for everything. They don't want you to have a community. They want you to be highly individualized, buying your own shit, making your own money, everybody in it for themselves. And everything tenuous, everything precarious, everything, you know, a moment away from being lost. Or jackpot, you know, one or the other. What the fuck was I just talking about? Lombardi. Yeah, and so it's like, I'd rather get in there and say something that's going to affect people and kind of jam the signal, you know, than get up there and, I don't know, I can't do what they do, you know? I can't. And that's not what I want to do with it. To me, it's just a form. It's just a forum in a space. And it's fun. And so, you know, at the open mic above the deli, he was like very nice. They were very supportive. They laughed. Maybe a little too much, but you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, people are going to open mics. They need validation. They're there for attention. Just shower them in attention. Let them feel good about themselves for once in their fucking crappy lives. I don't know. It made me feel like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna, feel depressed and feel like, Jesus Christ, I bombed or anything. It's like, hey, maybe I did pretty good. There was some funny shit I said. Well, it also just, it helps you lighten up. You know, the more people laugh, I mean, comedians are really listening for that shit. And so, like, it helps set them at ease. If they get a little a few laughs, it's like, okay, I'm doing pretty good. They can relax. They might take more chances. I mean, the ones that are more comfortable in themselves and confident, I think, are the ones that don't blow up at the audience. They're able to kind of just like keep everything good vibrations, keep everything, you know, positive and kind of going upward.
It's beautiful weather, you know.
It's, you know, but
It's Friday. Yeah? You don't got a gig tomorrow, right?
as an insecure, a lot of them are insecure, you know, and so they blow up at the audience, and you're kind of dealing with that, I think, because you're going. It's a catch-22 because you're going up on stage because you're insecure and you want validation, but you know, the audience isn't just going to give it to you. You have to do something good that impresses them, and they clap. But you know, the thing is, I don't know if that's what I want to do exactly, or if that happens, that's good. Okay, so what the one thing that I said that I would say was like a breakthrough, or like was valuable. The whole thing was valuable. I love doing it every show. But the thing that was kind of eye-opening for me is, okay, so I have this bit about how porn, the thing that's really unhealthy about porn is it makes it look like it's too easy to have sex. You know, the problem is not necessarily the sex. We don't want to discourage people from having sex. You know, I think sex is good, love is good. I think sex, that kind of contact, is part of what keeps us from being isolated and alienated and alone. This is why there's this breakdown now, because no one fucking is feeling good. I mean, god damn it, you know, when you get, and I don't mean to be crude, but a blowjob can really be like a massage. It's like, it just makes you feel great. It's cleansing. It's like magic. It's like energy healing. It's like, oh my god, my root chakra, my dick chakra feels like, oh, there's all this amazing golden heavenly light that has, you know, it just feels lighter, it feels relieved. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think everybody needs that. Now, it's not, you know, whatever. The politics of that's a different thing. But, okay, so with porn, it's just too easy. It's ridiculous how easy everybody falls. Because from what I see in real life, women are doing everything they can to not have sex with you. You know, it's almost impossible to have sex. The porn movies do not reflect this at all. They make it look like two women are just going to jump into bed when you bring them if you're a pizza delivery guy or something. And it just doesn't work that way. You know, women are doing everything they can to not be sexually assaulted by the pizza delivery guy. They're not necessarily afraid of the pizza delivery guy, but they'd rather do contactless if they could. That's what they're, you know, so part of the bit kind of opened up for me on stage, which I think is part of the comedy journey, is like, and doing open mics and doing shows is like, you know, you do kind of need to do these things a few times, because you kind of discover them when you're doing them. A whole new part of it might open up to you on stage just from some little riff or something occurs to you, some little ad lib. You know, so this was a thing that, okay, I'm on 10%, I'm going to end with this. This was a thing that had occurred to me, you know, whereas like most of the bit I'm talking about getting laid and cum shots or blah, blah, blah. So this is the part of the bit that's kind of from female point of view, where I'm saying, like, I understand what they're going through, you know, and I'm sympathetic to that, definitely. You know, like, it's scary that women, the porn movies don't reflect that. The porn movies make it look like the women are just like, you know, frothing at the mouth to fight over your dick or something. And I'm telling you, it's just not true. It just does not work that way. And it would be nice, maybe for Justin Bieber or something, it works that way. But for the rest of us, I feel like where these films are missing out is that's their narrative right there. How does the man woo the woman? How did he end up in the threesome? You know, every fucking threesome ever, that's gotta be an interesting story. They don't just happen. It's not like, oh, we're looking at some real estate and this agent fucked my wife and me. You know, how did you get there? Was it an app? You know, was it Throuple, or what's the fucking threesome app? Field? What's the story behind the sexcapade? Because there's got to be a good story there. If you're getting laid, it's like, there could be more narrative, is all I'm saying. I think there is going to be more real sex in narrative films or vlogs. I'd love to have sex on my vlog. That's one thing that I've never been able to do. But one of my goals has always been to have sex on my vlog. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think the sex tapes are like... It's a perfectly legitimate art form, the sex tape. And I think people should be filming themselves having sex. It's beautiful. It's powerful. It's poetic. It's love. They don't want you to do this. The government doesn't want this. They don't want us connecting. They don't want us loving each other and falling in love and bonding. They want us judging each other and competing and rejecting and insulting and isolating. And they want us to be unhappy and miserable. So we keep eating and buying shit and staying at home watching TV. Consuming media. Yeah, so is there any more to that? Yeah, so it's basically about... it just makes it look too easy, and I don't know. That's I guess that's a whole bit. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm running out of battery here. I'm gonna get some food. I haven't eaten all day. Like and subscribe. We're live from New York. Hopefully this actually went out. I mean, somebody was watching, so watching the reruns. I thought this was a good one. We're at the holiday special at the open mic on Monday, and then I've got a big show at the library next Thursday, and then we're off for the rest of the year. I'm at the marathon at Poetry Project. Wow, I didn't even bitch about anything. I didn't even complain about... All right, well, that's the recap, It's like, to me, I'm like, it's like, those aren't necessarily... I didn't necessarily do stand-up comedy. I did a talk piece, and what I do is more like a talking poet or something. I think what I do does leave... I don't know, but I think my bits do leave a mark. I think people do walk away with something. I think they remember it, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be just making this up, but I do think people kind of remember it, and maybe they'll take that with them. I'm just trying to unpack the toxicity. I'm not trying to show how gross I am. I'm saying, hey, we should change this. We should make these films more respectful towards women. It'd only make it hotter. Should there be consent? They should ask for consent and shit. It'd only make it hotter, Streaming a lot.